forecast and no zip code, how to work a stick shift. He taught me the Bible and about all 12 disciples, and he made sure that I know there's life after this, with pearly gates and streets of gold. He said if I just believe, that's where I'll go. Well, Lord, when I die, I wanna live on the outskirts of heaven, where there's dirt roads for miles, hay in the fields, and fish in the river.
Okay, folks, it's about 2:30 in the morning. We're going to get ready and go to bed here. It's inside Jared's camper. Alright, here's where I'm going to be sleeping. I already got my bed made. So, we'll hit the bed here pretty soon. Of course, this is Saturday morning, probably. I haven't looked at my phone. I got it on charge now, so it's about 2:30 in the morning. We're getting ready to go to bed. We'll get up in the morning when we feel like it. Like I said, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is our first 3 days up here at camp. We'll go up tomorrow and check the cameras up on the mountain, probably put the blinds up, but we'll probably take a rifle with us, but we're not really hunting Saturday or Sunday. Monday to us is our opening day for us. So just stay with us. There's more video to follow for Saturday and Sunday, and then the deer hunting starts. We'll see you in the morning. Okay, folks, it's Saturday morning. Fixing sausage gravy. Getting ready to have some biscuits put in the oven. Coffees are perking. Look at that, fogged up the lens. But we're getting breakfast made. And now I'm teaching the young buck how to cook.
You ain't teaching me now. I know how to cook bacon.
Had to step outside and get my Cusca for my cup of coffee. We got sausage gravy sitting right there.
Biscuits are down there.
Biscuits are in the oven. I'll have checked them here in a little bit. The breakfast of champions. Even got some potato cakes. We're gonna have some potato cakes. So, again, Saturday morning. Time to relax. Monday's coming quick. Okay, folks, Jared and I are headed up the mountain. We're going to check the trail cameras. It's Saturday, of course. He's hunting with the 30-30. I've got a 35. Just taking our time, looking for sign.
Right here.
I see you pointing, but I don't see it. Oh, scrape.
It's got fresh markings in it too.
Yeah.
Look at the dirt coming back there.
Yeah, I see it. So, you can see that, folks. Right there's a fairly fresh scrape. Dirt's flung back up there.
It's coming down the road. This angle at least where it's making it.
Yep. So y'all just stay with us. We're going to ease our way on up through here. Not going to let the camera run. Okay, people, we've been up on the mountain. We have checked cameras. We have deer. Of course, seems like Jared's camera, for whatever reason, resets the date.
Not just that, it quit working.
It quit working. Yeah. Now the thing is, that's a 8-man H55, which we thought were the really nice cameras, but
after a year or two of use and it being in the weather, it started taking craps.
it was constantly resetting the date, and then
It just stopped working in August
yeah,
with full batteries.
we had put new batteries in them July the 15th. It's showing full battery, but he's quit taking pictures.
Just stopped.
And then we checked mine, and mine's still taking pictures. I had 91 pictures.
But the date did screw up.
Yeah, the date screwed up on it, but had some bear, had some deer, looked like some coyotes at night. So we're headed back to the truck. Got some things we need to do, and then tomorrow is rest and relax, and then Monday we're going to hit it hard. So stay with us. Okay, folks, it's Saturday night. We went and checked trail cameras. We had deer. Went down, got water. Put water in the camper. So now we can take showers, whatever. Generator's running, and of course, Jared's got the mood lights on.
Which I thought, just to save energy, because everything we do with the camper pulls from that generator, makes it burn gas. Tonight we might use your battery operated boombox
Yeah, that's fine.
thing for music.
You know where it's at.
Right now, I just have 2 lights on the inside. The furnace is running. The
Hot water
I lit
tank.
the stove to help with the furnace,
Right.
so it's not having to work as hard. And it's warm in there. The hot water tank's already done, I believe. It's already heated up the water. It's not a huge hot water tank.
Right.
So we've got hot water. Our fresh water tank's at 2/3. Honestly, tomorrow, if we made a quick run and grabbed 2 more jugs of water,
Yep.
we could fill
Fill
that
that
up.
tank. Yeah.
And then, because after we take showers, it'll probably be down to about a half.
Yeah.
We could go get 2 more jugs tomorrow, fill it up, and probably have a jug on standby.
Yeah.
And
Well, that blue jug there is full of water. And of course, we went and bought a case of drinking water. So we got plenty of water. And folks, there's that moon again. And it's a full moon tonight. Don't know if I can zoom in tight enough. Not really. But there it is. And this is zoomed all the way out. You can see. It's dark here. You couldn't even see Jared while he was talking. All you can see is belly because of the flames. But we're having a great time. We're here tonight. We got Sunday. We're going to relax.
which we should have some guests.
Should have some guests tomorrow.
Phil Ashby's supposed to come up tomorrow morning. Little Denny, who was here last night, he's supposed to come back tomorrow.
Might bring his dad.
Might bring his dad, and he's supposed to bring some more firewood, which we still have firewood, but he's supposed to bring some more firewood. And then Newman Brown is supposed to be here. We've not heard any otherwise. We know his mom's in the hospital right now. She's sick with COVID. So,
Our prayers are with her.
so he may not be here depending on how she's doing. But right now, we're under the impression he's coming. We'll just have to wait and see. He knows how to get here. He can't miss us.
Yeah. We're right along the road right here. Let me see.
You can't see it right now.
No, you can't see. It's too dark. But yeah, we're right here along the road.
I mean, you miss us, and
But
you got a problem.
Jared mentioned Phil Ashby. I'm gonna do a little pitch here. He works at Airco Heating and Cooling in Virginia. And so any of my Virginia followers on here on YouTube or whatever, Phil's on Facebook. I think Airco Heating and Insulating or Cooling is on Facebook. Give him a like. If you got heating problems or whatever, maybe give him a call. So with that, we're gonna watch the fire. Got a few other things. We're gonna get ready to hook up my boom box to my phone. We're gonna listen to some music.
We're gonna eat here in a little while.
Oh yeah, a couple of New York. See, is those New York strips or ribeyes? I think those are ribeyes.
I think they're ribeyes, but we got some collard greens.
Collard greens. And we're gonna have baked potato.
Baked potato, which we'll probably throw in there.
Yeah. Just like on Joe and Zach, throw it in the fire.
That's the best way. But we'll probably throw the baked potatoes in there and let them cook. And unless you wanted to do fried potatoes.
That's whatever you want, but if you want fried potatoes, we'll have fried potatoes.
That'd be pretty good with them collard greens.
You got that right.
That's up to you. I don't care. We'll throw them in the fire if you want to. But we need to do that well before we start doing the steaks.
Do we even have aluminum foil?
Yeah, there's aluminum foil in there.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
All right, folks, just stay tuned. We're getting ready to really have a good time. It's already after 5. It's about 5:30, 5:45. The night is young, and the sun has set. The moon is out. So we'll see you in a bit. Folks, here we are. I don't know what time it is. It's probably 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. There's the moon. Up through the trees. We got the lantern over there. Got a lantern over at Jared's camper. There you go, you can see. Got the campfire going. Here in a little while, we're going to be fixing some ribeye steaks, fried potatoes, and collard greens. This is what deer camp's about. Having fun, enjoying, your time here. Killing that buck, that's just icing on top of this memory we're sharing. Stay with us. Okay, folks, we're having collard greens. We're having fried potatoes. Jared's working on the steaks, the ribeye steaks. On one side of them, we have the Johnny's Hunter's blend. I got that from Joe and Zach Survival on their YouTube channel. Joe uses that stuff on everything. Here we got some fried potatoes, and I put the Johnny's Hunter's blend on it. But on those steaks, on one side of them, we have this Kinder's wood-fired garlic with hardwood smoked flavor seasoning on them. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but we got that on there. So we're getting the potatoes fried up. We've been listening to some music. Of course, you've seen the video. We had the campfire going on this Saturday night. Sitting here, drank me some coffee made on my father-in-law, Jared's Pawpaw's coffee pot. That is a deer camp special. It will always be at deer camp. And we're going to have a good meal tonight. So y'all just stay tuned. A lot more to come. So, like I said, this is just the beginning. Monday's going to be what we call our opening day of deer camp. Well, not deer camp, but deer hunting. We'll go out Monday. We went up today. We checked the cameras. You've seen, hopefully, the video. I hope it didn't cut out. That GoPro 7 I have is really cutting out on me a lot. But Jared just opened the door. He's listening to some jam out there. But we had a lot of deer on the cameras. Jared's camera quit. I think he said it was in September. Quit taking pictures. Thunderstruck! He's singing Thunderstruck. Okay. So y'all just stay tuned. There's a lot more to come. Thank you for watching. Folks, I have to give a shout out to Jared's wife, Louisa. She's the one that gave me the secret. All the years at deer camp, and I tried to fry potatoes, I always had a problem. Now, she cleaned my skillets from last year, real good, and basically re-seasoned them. But she was the one that gave me the secret to fixing good fried potatoes. And if you look at these, you can tell these are awesome. So Louisa, thank you very much. Love that the secret was shared with me on how to do this. These things are about done. The steaks are about done. The collard greens are done. All you have to do is heat them up. We're going to eat good, folks. This is how it's done at J&J True Outdoor Adventures when we're at deer camp. We don't go hungry. We eat good. So, appreciate you watching. Fellas, look at these steaks. Look at these steaks. Collard greens, fried potatoes, warmed up the biscuits from this morning. Look at this. A meal for a king.
I gotta taste these collard greens.
Oh, Jared's gonna taste the collard greens. Let's watch. Jared never liked greens before.
Oh man.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh, man.
Folks, we're gonna eat. Stay tuned.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, more to come. It's Sunday. Fixing bacon. Got sausage gravy there. Of course, coffee's on. Biscuits are in the oven. Today's our day of relaxation. Get things ready for tomorrow morning, our opening day of the West Virginia buck season. So far, I hope you all have enjoyed the first 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and there's going to be today. Supposed to have some friends show up. Hopefully they'll come up. Hope nothing's happened to where they can't make it. But you stay with us. A lot more to come.
Eating breakfast, waiting on the arrival of Phil Ashby. Probably be here within probably the next hour or two, probably.
I hope nothing's happening. You can't make it up.
Yeah.
This is the breakfast of champions. Bacon, sausage gravy with fresh sausage, biscuits, potato cake, bacon. We won't have to eat till tonight.
And then we'll eat good.
Oh, last night. Them steaks, fried potatoes, and collard greens.
That was good. I dare say one of the best meals we've had.
Oh. Yeah, I want to thank my brother-in-law Denny for bringing us sausage. This is from his farm.
Yep.
And it's got salt, black pepper,
Red pepper flakes.
red pepper flakes, sage. It's delicious.
Anytime you get something that's fresh, you realize what you're missing when everything you eat's from the store.
Mm-hmm. One thing my father-in-law, Jared Pawpaw, taught me years ago, when I started hunting up here, he said, one thing he will say, the boys ain't going to go hungry when they're at deer camp.
If they do, it's their own fault.
Yeah.
Because there's always food.
Yeah.
And plenty of it. More and more I think about it, them rubs that we found and how they went up that holler that goes up towards Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's his boundary. And he stays within that. And I bet it goes over towards the new fire trail. That whole top back up in there.
Yeah.
And back towards Virginia.
And that buck you had on your hammer?
What? The big one?
Yeah.
What about him?
Area where we're hunting, that might be his territory. We don't know what.
We don't know where his edge is.
Right.
Normally that's where a line is. It's an edge.
Yeah. You know I ain't gonna be good for at least an hour or two. After this breakfast?
No. Well, we ain't got nothing to do. Not till later.
No, I was cooking. I told the folks that this was our rest and relaxation day before Monday, our opening day. And we're getting our gear together. You know, we're not doing a lot of work.
Only downside is that weather's supposed to turn nasty.
Yeah.
30-mile-per-hour winds, some snow flurries.
Yeah, we've had, but that happens every year. Whether it's the first week or second week. The first 3 days, of course, now the first week, the first 3 days we couldn't hunt. These first 3 days we could. But the weather would be nice. Come Monday,
It'll go to crap.
you go crap. Now, of course, the extended forecast, we can get past Monday and I can't remember what the Tuesday was like. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday looks to be nice. Maybe some wind, but there's no precipitation. It's supposed to be sunny. Because that's like this morning, folks. We got out there, looked up across the road.
Seen that sun hitting that mountain?
So, yeah, that sun was hitting that mountain. Woo.
It's hot in here now.
I was gonna say, the furnace don't need to be on. I'm sweating.
Turn that off. Save the battery. Oh man. But it's hard for me to even try to make a game plan. Oh. Or have an idea of how they're moving where the camera died.
Yeah.
You know, it hadn't took a picture since, was it August?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't die. That's the wrong thing to say. It didn't die.
Quit taking pictures.
It just stopped taking pictures. And I'm wondering, one of those pictures that was on it was a bear up on it. And I'm wondering if he nudged it to where that motion sensor was turned
Because what got me, it didn't even take a picture of you opening up the box. Mine took a picture of you
But when I
opening up the box.
turned it off, turned it back on, full battery.
Yeah. Well, folks, that's breakfast. We thought we'd bring you along.
Now I'm gonna go outside.
Me too, because I'm burning up.
Stop my sweating a little bit.
Okay, folks. Again, this is the weekend before, and you know, Jared's here, I'm here, and our good friend Phil Ashby from Airco Heating and Air, right?
Airco Supply.
Airco Supply. I got it wrong the first time I mentioned it. Airco Supply is here for a visit. He's watched the channel for a long time. He even has it playing in their store. And just wanted to introduce him. Thank him for coming up here to visit. This is our first time actually meeting face to face. Appreciate you being here. And we've been telling deer stories and all kinds of stuff. And I finally said, I gotta get the camera out here. But he's from down in Virginia, from Roanoke, that area. So just wanted to introduce him. He's been a big follower of the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. And he's really been kind to me and Jared. And we just so glad he could come and actually get a face-to-face meet. Enjoy some camp coffee. He's getting ready to have a piece of jalapeno bread.
Some jalapeno loaf.
But just keep watching. There's more to come. You got anything you want to say, Phil?
So it's just a good time. Thank y'all for having me.
You're more than welcome anytime.
Next time,
Oh,
bring that camper.
Yeah, next time bring that camper.
And I'm telling you what, we'll start getting up in here. We'll fall in love with this area.
See, one of the here we talked about it's never been timber. So I sent your dad a pin where I was sitting. I could really see 300 yards to the woods. And it's like this, and it goes down to the bottoms. And so there were bears all over us. So it was fun.
See, that's like the holler that I hunt at. I hunt the head of it. 1,000-yard shot. I couldn't make it. I'm telling you right now, I couldn't make it. But looking down that holler, you could get a 1,000-yard shot. And that is actually the holler up here where he killed his big acorn. And you was talking about earlier about wanting to go to where the shot was, so you can celebrate with him. Well, the year before he had shot one. We were in the same spots, and he hollers at me. He says, "Hey, need your help." All right, so I go down there, and we truck down through the holler, and we're following blood. And we follow this blood for hours. And we're going up the one side that goes up towards what we call the trash barrel. There's an old trash barrel where they used to camp on top of that mountain years ago. And we go up there, we lose the blood trail in a thicket, can't find it. Fast forward, that next year, it was Monday morning, I have a buck grunting at me in the thicket out in front of me. I'd hit my grunt call and he'd grunt. He'd grunt 2 or 3 more times, I'd grunt, he'd answer back. Does had already come through there. And I was like, oh, this is getting good. He fires. Twice.
Yeah, first shot I missed him. Second shot is the one got.
Twice though.
Yeah.
The other one he turns. Well, he hollers on the radio. Shut up. Because this buck's still over there. You can hear him. I just can't see him. And I hear from down in the holler because he didn't take his radio with him. I need your help! Shut up! Well, long story short, finally, I'm like, forget it. He's hollering for my help. I have to go to him. So
being a son is your unwritten right.
So I give up on what's in front of me, and I tear off down through there. Now I'm mad. And I'm talking to myself if I'm going, and I'm like, I better not be going down here for a blood trail. I said, if I'm going down in here for a blood trail, I'll be mad. And his video that he has of me coming down the hill, right when he turns the camera on him, I said, is he laying there or are you following a blood trail? And he goes, oh no, he's laying here. And I said, oh, well, in that case, when we get down there, and all the years that I've been hunting, which is 20 some years I've been hunting, that was the best moment that we've ever had in the woods together. It was the biggest buck he had ever killed. There was a particular moment in this where he was talking about getting the video camera, and I said, no. This is our moment.
But there's a, I mean, of course, yeah, he went to doctor. Yeah, at the same time. Stuff like that, that's just 100% pure emotion.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was in tears. I'm tickled to death. This big joker. And we took some pictures. You see the pictures of him holding it down in that bottom. Of course, he's still teary-eyed and everything. It was a great moment. It was one of those that you had to be there to fully understand. And these deer here are so hard to hunt that when you do get one of those big ones that's up here, it took a lifetime to get it.
Well, you beat the odds.
Yeah.
Because there's deer up here, it's the same when we hunt some of the mountains back home. I mean, I can take you to some of these mountains, and I tell people all the time, there's deer up here, they ain't never seen these.
Yeah, never.
You know, they have no idea what it's, you know, and the same as the bears. I mean, you know, I've had bears come up, you know, 30 yards, and then all of a sudden they see me and they're like, what in the world is that?
And then they get curious.
Yes, and then all of a sudden I'm looking at it like, okay, you know, go on, because I'm one of the time, you know, it's one of the animals I've yet to shoot, but not that I couldn't have the opportunities, I just really have never had the desire to shoot them. I always said I want to shoot with a bow, but you know, my dad killed one. The year I killed the big 11 quarter, my dad killed one. And we're hunting way up on top of the mountain. And kind of the same thing. He comes across, up there, we're too far away for radio, so we're having these cell phones. And my dad calls me. He's like, Philip, he's out of breath. And the first thing in my mind is, oh, Lord, what's happening? Yeah. You know, is this, you know, is good Lord calling him home? You know, what is going on? And he's like, I killed him. I'm like, all right. So I throw everything in the side by side because, like, literally we're way across the top of this mountain. And drive over there. I'm like, I get up where his blind is because we're putting up a shoot. We're sitting there. I get up. There's my dad. I said, what'd you get? He's like, I got a bear. I was like, okay, that's good. I said, where is he? He said, it's over the ridge. And I'm like, okay. So I'm looking down at this bear. I'm like, all right, so I'll go down there and check it out. And I drove side by side down as far as I could, then I had to walk down the rest of it. As I'm walking down to this bear, I don't have a gun. I don't have nothing. And I'm walking down, so I get probably, you know, from me to my pickup truck, away from it, and I'm like, I'm looking for its eyes, because rule of thumb is no animal, no creature dies with its eyes closed. Every deer that I've walked up on with its eyes closed is very much alive, and you have to dispatch it. Yeah. So I'm walking up, I'm trying to look at this bear, and I'm like, I can't see its eyes. And I'm like, okay. So here comes my dad. Like I said, my dad. And he's walking down the ridge. He's like, is it dead? Is it dead? Well, there's that point in time where I'm like, all right, if this bear jumps up, wounded where he doesn't hit it, all I got's a pocket knife. And, you know, so what's going to happen? So I'm running down there real quick and checking the bear. And luckily, the bear was dead. So Dad looks at me. He's like, you ever bedded the bear? And I'm like, he's like, all right. So I was hunting in fleece pants. But when Dad had shot this bear at 270, this bear done pissed all over himself. Well, them fleece pants soaked in that piss like a ShamWow. And I go to get in my truck. We get the bear, we put it on him side by side, and get out of there. We get in my truck. My father looks over at me. He's like, you stink. I'm like, Yeah, I do. And so does my brand new truck we're sitting in right now.
One of the things we realized was we had our moment down there with his 8-point. Of course, then the work comes in.
Oh, once you pull the trigger, work starts.
You've got to, we've had our celebration. We got to get this thing done. So he gets down in there and he gets it. He's in the bottom, like in the very where the water runs to. You're on both sides of the mountain like this. That's how steep it is. And I look up and I said, how are we getting him out of here? You can go down the holler and you'll come out down here. That's a tough drag because you're going through all of this big laurel, everything. It's real rocky. Or taking back up the top. We decided we're going to take him up the top, and we started using ropes. This is why today I don't carry a rope to drag a deer with. We started using ropes. He had a rope tied to him. I had a rope tied to him. We would go up 3 trees, and he would slide back 2. And then
time to a tree.
And then we would go up after we caught our breath. We'd go up 3 more trees. We'd tie him around a tree, and then he'd slide down. And it took us forever. And we got him. I think we got him about 3/4 of the way up. And I took the rope off and I just grabbed his antlers. And he grabbed his antlers. And then we found out you can drag them a lot better if you just grab that rack and drag them. And we drug him to the top. And his ridge that he hunts on, from the top it looks like it's a nice casual ridge that goes out a nice flat. But when you're on the end of it, it's like this. Like up here where he hunts, a lot higher than what down here is. And we're down there like, oh God, we gotta take him up that too. So we drag him all the way back up to where his hunting spot's at. And there was still daylight. And I think you ended up having me hunt your spot.
Yeah, we drug him out to your spot.
We drug him out to my spot, and Dad goes, why don't you go hunt my spot? So I go back in. He goes, I'll be right here when you're done. So I go back out and I hunt until almost dark, but I knew we had a long drag to get him off the mountain. So I go back and we drag him off that mountain. And we were both whooped. We were dead by the time we got him out of there. So we decide the next day, he had his extra buck stamp. We're going back in. He said, I had more bucks on my camera. You go hunt in my spot and I'll hunt in yours. Okay. So I go out there to his spot. He goes to mine. Breaks daylight. Down over the point, coming up out of the thicket, I see movement. Blast it down there. There's does that are running out of the thicket and going back in the thicket. Out of the thicket and back in the thicket. I've seen this behavior before. There's something with them. Well, finally they come out and they're on the point down in front of me, and I'm watching this like a hawk. And I hear from behind me in my spot, pow! And them deer at the end, they just kind of perk up, and I said, God, don't move. Well, they kind of go back to doing what they're doing, and I hear, pow! And over the hill they go, and I was like, he hollers, I got another one. Well, I'm gonna need your help. And I was like, I'll be there. So I get up and I top over. There he is, down this steep embankment, down here almost in the bottom. And he said he wasn't going to shoot anything if it wasn't bigger than that 8-point. Well, the way this deer was moving through the pines, basically like his main beam looked like a G2. And it looked like it was about that dang one long. And he shoots it, and it turned out it was a 6-point.
That's a high 6-point.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad he killed it.
Because I redeemed myself for
Because
2016.
The year before that, the very year before that, when we were just tracking the blood trail, it was that deer. And his rack was kind of funky because he had been injured from that shot.
Grew up on that one side.
And so, long story short with that, when he took it to the butcher shop, one leg was crippled. One front leg was crippled, It was froze up, couldn't move. Well, when they started digging into it, they found the green tip off of his ballistic tip where he hit it in the elbow the year before, and it healed back. And I thought that's a good way to end that deer.
Yeah, that's a complete circle right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But I would have killed that deer if somebody. But it
Just had to get greedy.
But it was right for him to kill that deer, seeing how he had shot at it the year before. But, and that's the thing. Like, he's not here right now. We wish Newman's mother the best. You know, hopefully things go better for her. But, you know, Newman's big thing on his Facebook page and stuff. You know, he'll take people that have killed turkeys or even people that's killed deer, and it says, you know, become the legend. And what he means by that is the stories we tell.
Oh yeah.
Keep our loved ones alive. They keep them with you. They are the legends.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
And those types of stories. I mean, we can tell you stories, especially him, from, you know, whenever he first started hunting and hunting these very same woods. And those legends they just live here. And it makes you kind of wonder how many stories have been forgotten over the years with all the families and stuff that no longer hunt.
Well, Phil, that's the one reason on the channel I have memories of the hunts past, is because when I started in '82, I had a surveyor's book, and I started keeping a journal.
I have to keep a journal now also. And if a harvest is, I put a picture in with the journal.
Well, I didn't go that far, but I drew maps of where deer had been killed and everything.
Well, now our new journal is that camp.
Right.
Yeah, and that's
And that's why we've said on a lot of things, the original start of this, it was for us, so that we could look back.
Yeah.
You know, it was our own personal diary of our hunts that we could look back at. And then when my kids get older, I can say, well, look back in this time whenever your papa was up here and he did this or whatever. My kids, he tells me stories of their hunts, and I have to try to visualize it. My kids are going to be able to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's, you know, like we've said on the phone, we've said even sitting around here today, you know, and I'll always say this, the thing a hunting camp, if you kill something, it's just a bonus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people that, and I'm first to anybody, yes, everybody goes out and hunts, they want a, you know, whatever inch buck people think is big to them, but, you know, they want the biggest they can get.
Yeah.
Killing something like that is just the icing. It's the camaraderie, the fellowship. To me, that's more, I mean, you know, we've done 2 hunt camps this year, like I was telling you about. We've camped. And we have seen deer upon deer. We've seen bucks and does. You know, a lot of the videos I put on my Facebook page, I was sending your dad, like, you know, I got this here, and he's like, I don't know how you're the patience. I think, well, you got more patience. And I'm like, well, it's just, you know, to me, I'd rather go somebody and let them kill it, you know. But, you know, and all that, and the buck that was killed was 8 point about like this. You know, where I was telling you earlier the story, you know, we shot it 3/4 of a mile back on public land, and I was more ecstatic for that, and being able to, yes, as soon as they hear the gun go off, I'm packing my gear up and I'm going.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of years ago in Mecklenburg County, I shot a 7-pointer. It was a mile walk back into where we were hunting, and shot it in muzzleloader. And Dad, you know, come across the radio. He was like, "Is that you?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You get it?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm gonna walk back to the truck and drop all my gear and grab the sled, then walk back in." As soon as I get out to hit the logging road, there stands Dad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Come on, I'm going with you." And I was like, "Well, just sit here, I'll be back." He's like, "No." And I have a picture of my dad, one of the most great pictures that I will keep forever. So much walking had gotten on. So Dad's in head-to-toe camouflage. Blaze orange vest, blaze orange hat. Got the deer sled hooked over his shoulder. And he's got on white sneakers. Because he done took his boots off for the walk. He was gonna wear his sneakers in and out. And he still gives me grief because he had one blood dot on that white sneaker, and I'm still catching grief over the sneakers.
Well, that's like this up here. Back whenever he had his heart surgery, that fall or that hunting season, he had shot a 5-point, I think, up here.
Yeah.
And same Holland. Gabe wants, but rather than bring it to the top, he didn't want to mess my hunting up. He wouldn't let me come to it. No, you sit still. It was cold. It was raining. The rain was turning to snow. He drags it down the holler, and he's sitting along this road down here just past the bridge. And I was like, there is no way I'm letting him sit down there in this rain with his deer. I get up and I make the walk all the way back around the mountain, all the way back down. I get in the truck, holler at him and say, I'm coming to get you. Bring the truck down, pick him up, take him to get his deer checked in, take him back to camp, help him hang it. Once he's settled, I said, okay, I'm going back. So I drive all the way back up here. Alvin's sitting up there on the ridge. I drive all the way back up here, walk all the way back up on top of that mountain, which normally that's about an hour-long walk to get to where we're at. I've done it in about 20 minutes to get back up there because it's hunting time.
So great to be so young.
So I hoof it and I get up there. And instead of going back out to my ridge, I said, well, I'm going to go out here closer to where Alvin's at. I'm going to drop over into this thicket and watch his holler. So I let him know that I'm there. I go back out to the thicket. I sit down, catching my breath. I'm doing my thing because I was sweating like crazy. I take my gloves off. I reach in my pocket and get my can of snuff, and I'm putting me a chew in. And from behind me, I hear, pow! And I'm listening for the radio. He hollers on the radio and says, Jared, I got one. You come help? I pick up all my stuff and I just start stuffing it in my pockets. Grab the radio and I said, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. So I get up and I head across the top, down over, and I see him on the opposite side. He's got it laying there. I get over there, I'm holding its front legs while he guts it. He goes, how should I take it out of here? I said, well, you can drag it back out the ridge, all the way back down the holler. I said, or you can drop over this side over here and just kind of give him a push, and he'll go to the bottom and you just kind of slide down behind him. Can you help me? Yeah. So I help him drag it off the mountain, get it to the truck. I drive him down, checks it in, take him, hang it in the tree. And it was probably around this time in the evening, maybe 2 o'clock. Dad goes, are you going back? I said, no. I'm done with that mountain today. But the walking, you was telling that story about all that. My whole adventure started because I wasn't going to let him sit down here. And it was more than that too. You wouldn't let me come see your deer. You wanted me to stay on top of that mountain. I'm looking at the deer.
Folks, that's some stories that you'll always get at deer camp. I'm going to stop this right now. Appreciate you watching. There'll be more.